Hey everyone, I'm just here to go over some new features of Universal Battle 2 that were just implemented, starting with the model editor and stuff like that. So you can see here, um, now it'll display the names of models underneath, which is really nice. And tap and hold to sort models. I don't know if people knew about this, it's just a helpful tip. You can do this and sort left and right and put your models in order of like characters first or something like that. You can also, what can you do? You can click on a model. I have to clone to my army. I have to go to one of my own armies, sorry. I'm on multiple names, I think. Or my, there we go. Let's just go to Night Stalkers. All right, so other cool things are put in. So this code, this hexa code, when you click on a color, it'll now come up below. And so now you can copy that color if you want to mimic it somewhere else, especially you want to keep a theme of the army without having to like clone a bunch of things, or you have different ladies and goblins and you want them the same color, you can just clone whatever this is called. Another really cool feature that I asked for was sometimes I like the look of one thing and want to add it to another thing. So let's say you have a dragon that you like and you have a rider that you like, and to merge them together, especially if they're very detailed, is very difficult, impossible even. So now you can just, you could highlight and copy, right? But now it'll save that copy in between clicking, and so now I can add those models to other units and stuff like that. So I think that's really great for mixing and matching, especially when you do very detailed things. Um, it does tell you what layer things are on. That's also really nice. It wasn't a feature before, but just knowing if something is really high or really low, and just where you need to put it, without having to just look at the picture and hope that you guessed where it was going. I think that's everything from the model editor and outside standpoint. So we can get into a game right now. So now we're in a game, and I'm going to allow myself to play. And so let's see what we have here. You come to the model screen. It has the list of names underneath, which I really like. It extends, which is also great. You can see more things at once, and you just saw me do something there that you probably haven't seen before. But normally we would pin and then add a unit, add a unit, add a unit. It all didn't appear, and then we shuffle to the side. And now we have this great feature. You can just take a unit, drag it right off the thing. If you make a unit, same thing. Just take the picture, drag it, boom. You get your units right out there. You know, and so your armies could easily be out there and even quicker. So really, really nice feature, just for getting armies out quickly and being able to see more things at once, along with their name without having to click on it. So that's great. Uh, Dice rolls. Yeah, let's talk about dice rolls next. So you can come in here, go to dice stats, and toggle up and down. What that is um, it's just roll 50 dice. You'll see two pluses, three pluses, as we're used to seeing. We also see the inverse, how many missed, how many, which is just the inverse of this number. It's really not hard to do that math, but it does have a use for other things. So, for example, you come in here and you say, I need to hit on 4 plus. If you click the 24 hits, it'll automatically roll 24 dice. And you say, all right, wound on 4 plus. But now I'm in, so I have two names, so I'm rolling on two names. And now I say, all right, you wounded 14 times. Instead of this player having to go in and click 14, he can click on the enemy's 14 and roll 14 dice. All right, I have a 3-up armor save, and I have, some type of ward save would be the inverse. So it would be useful in this case to have um, both of these on, because then let's just say this. I could click, let's just say I rolled armor saves. I rolled 11 armor saves and I fail on 3-up. I can click the 5 for my ward saves, and now I roll my ward saves. Probably the one feature I would like added, and I know Lorenzo probably will listen to this because I'm making it for him, is I don't like seeing both sets of numbers. I just don't like seeing it personally. Though it is useful for like re rolls and stuff like that for the clicking purposes. What I would like to see is something like a shift click. Like if I was to roll 20 dice, and let's say I hit on twos, but I have rerolls to hit. if I shift click the 13 instead of rolling, or the 14, instead of rolling 14, I'd like it to roll 6, the inverse of it. I think that would be a really good feature, especially for saves. If you think about it, right, you're rolling failed armor saves into ward saves, so the progression you kind of need to do the other way, or you just have both stats on and you just click the other button, whichever way you want. Maybe you have both stats on and you get used to it anyway. But that's, I mean, just the fact that you can click to roll a certain amount of dice is fantastic. Um, all right, I believe what else they do. Oh yeah, this is a good one too. So one thing people, this is probably one of the biggest quality of life things that people have asked for, and it's just super convenient. So let's just say you have, oh, I should have drag and dropped it. You see, I'm already not used to it. You know, the old clone to army, oh, it's a K. You can just click K. The old clone would appear like over here, but the new clone appears right on top. And now you've made a new unit that appears right on top. So if you ever want to test, a reform or something, you can just, keep the unit where it is and do stuff like that. And probably the even better one that people have asked for is this was made by Schmid, which, right? Yeah. And if I switch to my other name, I can't click on it, right? I can click on one model. I can clone that one model, which is dumb, but this will be a little getting used to. But if you click, what is that, hotkey H, right? If you click H to where it doesn't click individual models, it just treats it as a unit, you can click this, click K to copy it. And now I have control of his unit on top, not the bottom one, just the top one. One feature of this, just to be, so people know, I clone their unit. They do have control of it as well, not just you. So, but when I clone my own thing, I remain control. So let's just repeat what I just said. If you make a unit, you have control of it. Your enemy doesn't. If you clone it and it's yours, they can't control it. If they clone your unit, you both can control it. And that's something where I believe it can be the other way if enough people want it to be the other way. But for right now, that's how it works. But it's great. I mean, a lot of people want to test overruns and wheels and stuff like that, and just be able to quickly clone the enemy unit, test it, delete it without being able to touch their models. Again, something people is what people ask for. Let me just make sure I went over everything. Went over that. Went over that. Went over that. Went over that. Oh, the reform issue. I believe there was a reform issue where, like, if you did something like this, and then, like, I guess if you put characters in here and like move these to the front, I should magnet it so it's better. And then you came up here and said, all right, let's make it 5 by 8. And then you start deleting models. Oh, see, hasn't fixed totally yet. All right, he's got to work on that one again. But that's okay. That's one I didn't. It's not a huge deal for me. That works. Oh yeah, this is a cool one that I forgot about. You can draw a line. So look up here. You can draw a line and it'll tell you how far the line is. It'll only do however long you do. If you do it like this, it becomes a 200-inch line. I don't know if the enemy can see it. I'm gonna have to test this a different way. The enemy cannot see the length of the line, so it's only you. But it is really cool for like maybe like a skirmishing game, if you just kind of want to like see how far 2 units are like pretty quickly. It has its uses. It's just it doesn't hurt anything. It's just sitting at the top. If you want to know how long the line you draw is, it's there. Let me just see if there's anything else. I said that. There's some bug fixes and better UI, he said, but I don't know exactly what they are. Resize windows. Yep. And that's it. There we go. Some excellent new quality of life features. I feel like some of them, even myself, I'm going to have to get used to using them. But I can definitely see the cloning one being very big in both Night Age and Kings of War. And the dice one, I think, is also great. I think the reform thing, I think it still needs a tweaking, which I will let him know. But also, I think the shift clicking to roll the inverse would be very good. Or some type of shift click or something you can just do. Right click it, though. I don't know what does right clicking do. It's 5. I would do. Oh, I can't do it that way. Let's just assume this should roll 1 if it works. Okay, so I think right clicking maybe would be the better way. What some way to roll the inverse so you can do like fails and stuff like that. But yeah, thanks for watching this quick tutorial on the